like Clock, Jug are quite good against Slardar. If you ever catch him, you know, you spin him, you battery sold him, he's half health, next time you go on him, he's dead.
Yeah, you get him trapped in the cogs, he's most likely gone as well.
I mean, Clock is one of the best heroes against the Slardar, of course. As you said, you ever catch him, he's in big trouble. Can't sprint away. The only good thing he has going for him is his movement speed. If you restrain that, the greatest hero anymore.
Yeah, that lane seems like it could struggle. You got two melee heroes in the Nyx Assassin and the Slardar. You get caught, potentially a problem like we're already alluding to. It could be a big issue for both the Slardar and Nyx Assassin in this lane.
I mean, in general, Nyx is just not really the strongest laner, you know, he's like a 70 damage stun. Doesn't really right click for a lot. But he can pull waves and stuff. You know, he can make it offlane if you're comfortable.
And so then we see Drew on this Phantom Lancer, and the games that Boom have won have really been on the back of Mikoto.
Yeah.
So Drew's kind of on this hero. It's not like the Bloodseeker we saw him on, where it was completely on the back of Mikoto. This is a hero that you want to make more happen on for sure, compared to that Bloodseeker. Yeah. I felt like that Bloodseeker was just a supporting cast, where now the Phantom Lancer is the main cast. He's the center.
Yeah, now it's the reverse roles, whereas the Batrider is the supporting cast.
Yeah.
He's not having the best time, only sitting at 3 CS at 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, really
struggling with the CS.
But you could always make that back if the stacks come for you. If they get made, you get to level 7.
Yeah.
You take, you know, a big chunk of stacks, get that gold back, recover a little bit.
Just generally though, Leshrac is a really good matchup against the Batrider. You can never really dive a Lesh because he will just edict you, and then you die way before the Lesh does. You can never really dive him, that's the problem. Until level 6, you know, maybe you get a rotation, then you can lasso him, then you get the kill, but you have to be always really careful. Phoenix, they just can't attack them, they have no damage. No attack speed. Ench +5. Very interesting that they picked it at all. There's nothing to dispel.
We saw Ench played by Obica a couple days back, or like a week ago at this point. He was playing in the 4 position and then went to like that Midas and ended up getting so much farm. Obviously in a 5 position, I don't think you're accomplishing that much.
That being said though, he's still a strong lane support. And he's doing his job well. Keeping the enemies both on low health. There's Spear.
Yeah, the Spear lands on a Drew, and already he's taken out for first blood. Masaros, I mean, there's not really much that the Enchantress can do to prevent that.
Yeah, it is, again, it's a weird pickup. Not something you would expect nowadays, because it is a strong lane support, but not as strong as other heroes.
This Blade Fury down, maybe there's an opportunity for FBZ and Hyde to make happen.
Nice pull interruption.
Got DJ down here as well. Obviously, we were talking about this Jug Clockwerk lane. Nothing aggressive coming out just yet. Slardar actually farming pretty well at 18 and 2.
Yeah, but so is Jug. Like,
yeah.
The strong point of Slardar was always that you just can pressure the enemy carry so much that you need to rotate additional heroes in, or they give up the lane. This game, of course, Juggernaut, one of the strongest carry heroes this patch, to fight with at least. So Slardar can't really bully him out of the lane.
And we see that Mikoto picks up the illusion rune, bottles it up, and that's the difference, I guess, in this game, that we've really saw nobody going over mid when it's been like 6-on-6. Sometimes we've seen everybody come over mid for the 4-minute rune. It's been kind of wild.
Yeah, they seem to be just, you know, very occupied on the lanes. But yeah, as I said, very interesting that nobody's trying to secure those runes.
I guess you don't exactly have the best heroes to rotate between both these teams to come over for that 4-minute rune. Usually offering a little bit more. I would say, yeah, Nyx Assassin went over. He's probably the only one I expected to go over.
He's struggling a lot more than he would originally. And he's the winning condition.
Yeah, it's not on Mikoto this time. Is that a game plan that you are behind? Spear connects.
Is it level 2 God Tribute?
As it in just a second. Fairy Fire, Khezcute. Is there enough damage to get the kill onto the Enchantress? No, there's not.
Phoenix took the bottle from Mars, so now he's getting 2 full bottles. Nice.
Yeah,
this offlane bottle is becoming more and more popular, simply because of those minute 5 bounty runes. You get 2 of them. A lot of health damage on Raven. But here's a healing ward.
And the south coming over from DJ as well as a Tango, so a lot of heal coming his way. Like you said, has that healing ward. Masaros over here, he's fine. He's just keeping the Phantom Lancer box out of this lane, but I will say Drew's recovered in terms of CS. Living press again, Spike Carapace. They've got DJ pretty low. Can they keep up with him? FBZ taking a lot of damage, needs to be careful here. Battery assault, Slardar cards, that'll miss. Can't get the kill onto the Clockwerk.
That was a pretty rough trade for Dire. Both heroes on like 200 health. Healing self expended, but only at half health. Next time the spin is gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Gotta be real careful.
Kind of just ate into that spear, or well, spin. Now the spear comes in onto Drew.
Choosing not to double walk at all.
At the same time, Hyde goes down to Raven. That's what we're expecting.
The spin is just very good against Nyx. Like, always. No matter whether it's 20 minutes or 30 minutes, Spinners is always really good against the hero, especially in lane. There's no counterplay for Nyx. Carapace does nothing. Can't impale him. Drew is taking a lot of Harris up here. Already behind 500 gold.
Yeah, he's the least farmed corner on his team.
Mikoto
Things are
rotating.
kind of rough. You've got Mikoto level 7 though. Flame break pushes him back into the lasso. Should have the damage to kill this Mars. Spear the wrong direction and Mikoto comes over. So now the battery assault's on FBZ bottom. Blade Fury won't land, so FBZ will be fine.
Yeah. Sprint giving too much movement speed. Good up with him.
And again, that's what we were expecting from Mikoto in terms of his play style. But with this lineup, I don't know if that's, you know, something you can rely on all the way through. You need that Phantom Lancer to be doing something at some point. Obviously, it's early in the game. I'm not expecting him to take over at this point, but
yeah,
we need to see a little bit
25.
more. We need to see a little bit more from Drew, right?
Certainly. Interested to see if he's going to go for this hood as well. Most Jugs do. Of course he is. Usually they would go hood before threats, just
right.
So, you know, you can't really get harassed in lane anymore.
Moon was chasing.
Yeah, but he's just pushing him out. At this point, it's quite tough up here. He should just be jungling, probably farm the triangle, because he can't really touch top anymore.
Well, are you trying to farm the triangle, or is that something you want to leave for the Batrider? He's level 7, get a couple stacks, boost his farm up.
A Batrider should be the one taking the hard lane this game. It's probably going to be top, as soon as he has his travels, of course.
Again with the flame break, lasso on cooldown for 8 more seconds. Icarus dive across the bow of Mikoto. Double damage bottled up by Moon.
Of course, that's an arcane rune when you use his first lasso, so it's off cooldown already. Fight on Radiant is very scary. The Lash, Phoenix, and Mars. Lots of AoE damage coming out. Possessed Mask. Of course, you already have a perfect game. Why not get the perfect item?
It does feel to go that way quite often. And yeah, Makoto's going to try and snag these stacks. They did get a Royal Jelly for the Dire side, so that's always a good one to get. Give that over to Mikoto. Take that for yourself on Drew.
Yeah, you're going to wait a little bit. You need at least like 8-9 stacks to start Fireflying. Otherwise, you're not killing that stack.
But the problem now is Drew's had such a bad lane. He's backed off. That tower goes down, and you know, these early towers, they cut down where you're able to farm and where you're able to recover when Radiant can just kind of invade the Dire side.
Yeah, map is getting smaller. If they lose the mid tower, the triangle is trouble. Easy farm. Who said he can't do it anymore?
Well, he is level 9 at this point.
Yeah. Now he also finishes travels really fast. The game, now he can take the top lane, push it out comfortably with a Firefly. The only thing he has to be really wary of is the Mars Arena, because even with Firefly activated, you can't actually fly out of it. Don't ask me why. It's called Firefly, but you're just stuck on the ground.
Which is weird, because there are some other abilities.
Yeah, like Wyvern, it just flies out. See there?
With the boots and travel, they've got the net, wind break, right on top of the Phoenix. This is good play coming out from Boom. Mikoto coming over again. Continually beat that Playmaker, but now the arena with the spear. That quick exchange. They take out Mikoto. They look over at FBZ. Battery assault looking for the slow. Now the cogs around him. Troublesome for FBZ as he's hit up by that stun from Moon. And it will be 2 for the side of Fnatic.
Great quick response. It was a very good response from Radiant. They instantly keep him in the Mars. They lose the Phoenix, but they get 2 really really big kills.
It's Mikoto again making something happen. And that's, you know, I hate to reiterate it so many times, but that's his position here on this team.
Always is, yeah. Lasso.
Onto Moon. They've got the lasso onto the Leshrac under the tower. Can they get the kill? Southern Crush comes in. They'll take out Moon. They'll look for DJ. Hyde dies to a neutral creep, so 2-for-1 trade so far, but really a 2-for-0. The neutral got the other one. They've got the Icarus dive over, but it's not far enough away from the side of Boom, and it will be a third. Mikoto with a double kill. Fnatic maybe getting a little bit too comfortable going over mid.
I definitely misread the situation. Mars did not have arena, he wasn't even nearby. And they still tried to pressure the mid tower, knowing that Dire is up, they have all the ults that are available. Get punished.
So far, so good from Boom in terms of making space for Drew.
Yeah.
His lane not going well, but they've kept the jungle unoccupied, and they now get him up to 5k. He's farming relatively well, and making this space is on the back of Mikoto. I'm gonna say it 1,000 times just because that's how, you know, how it is with this team at times. And I'm really impressed by how much they've made space for him. Because it felt like Fnatic wanted to put the pressure on, and I think maybe even wanting to put that pressure on caused them to lose that fight mid.
But we'll have to see this item build on PL, whether going for Diffusal first is the right choice, because in team fights he can die in seconds without that hood.
Yeah.
Leshrac can blow him up, and so can Phoenix.
Hook
Nice
shot
shot.
coming through on Mikoto. Cogs, but he gets Firefly off. Spear connects him to the Cogs. Still take out Mikoto.
Every time the same story. Arena him,
mid.
kill him.
Is it? Whoa, Drew.
Careful.
Wanted to go for that double damage.
Oh, that was lucky. If he ends up on the low ground there,
he's probably dead.
yeah. There's always a little bit of RNG involved, of course.
The game gets a little harder now that they've got the Blink Dagger on Masaros. And they can get right on top of this Batrider. He won't have as much opportunity to have his movements around and staying as loose as he can.
You need BKB as better at this game.
Yeah.
Like to get out of that arena. In some ways, Mars is actually a hard counter to Batrider, just because you take away all his mobility.
Yeah.
Like being stuck in an arena, you know, not being able to firefly around is a big, big problem for that hero, of course.
And Mars not allowing Batrider to flap his wings and fly.
Game is still very even, but I would give a little edge to Fnatic at this point, because PL, even though he has Diffusal, he can't really join fights unless it's really late, you know, it's like a cleanup kind of crew. But once he finishes that hood, which is like in 1,000 gold, he's gonna be a pretty strong hero on the map, and I'm looking for him to fight with his team.
So should Boom just kind of stay conservative at the moment?
Yeah.
Because I know Fnatic want to fight. They've got this Blink Dagger on the Mars. They haven't shown it just yet. They want to blink and use the arena. And that's the blink getting shown off. He misses that spear.
I'm surprised it didn't just arena. Yeah, get it up.
I was expecting the same thing, just the blink arena spear, not leading with the spear, maybe getting a little too greedy or thinking he's close enough to the trees, I could just blink spear. And
I feel like this is like the common Mars thing, you know? Just God's Rebuke first. You're always gonna get the spear, because you're just slowed by so much you can't miss it.
Blink time is actually not bad from the Slardar, considering Mars just got his, and that was the debut. I talked about Boom wanting to be conservative, but if they've got this Blink Dagger for FBZ, he might back off the lane before the blink gets delivered, and then try to use a smoke and go for this player.
Use a smoke without him.
Yeah, they'll smoke without him, and they'll have the Blink Dagger ready to go into this exchange. The only one down here right now is the Phoenix, though.
They don't really have the support to bring in. They might just give up this power, unless they're ulting in right now. But it will be one by one.
From behind. They're coming over.
Oh, nice, yeah.
This could be a decent play if they get on top of, I would say, the
Juggernaut still top.
The arena down as well as the hook shot coming in. That's out onto this Slardar as well as the Phantomlancer. Burning down Jabz to lose Khezcute. It's a 1-for-1. The lasso comes in. That's onto the Mars, but the Omni Slash finishes off Mikoto. 2 heroes dead on the side of Boom. They need to vacate the area. The Slardar, but they caught themselves the Phantomlancer as well. The Nyx Assassin Spear to follow up the stun, and they get that kill on Drew. They'll take out a third. They'll look over at Hyde, and he'll try to hide
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Monuments.
A tie to the impurities.
Guess what? Are those monuments? Obelisks?
Obelisks. Not sure.
don't know if
Radiant's
proper
one of
maintenance
them.
for them.
has been
But yeah,
destroyed.
the Nyx Assassin, he did not stun in time, so he got stunned off the duels. I think if he stunned a little bit earlier, going on the Phoenix here again.
Yeah, Blink, Slither, and Crush. Needs one more hit for the bash. Might even just continue to chase Jabz. There's no trees here really to keep him out of vision, but there is a Sun Ray to get
That's so
him
silly.
off the map. That's
So loud.
that's illegal.
Then he eggs anyway.
BZ posturing pretty far forward considering the egg.
But he forced an egg at least. It's a big cooldown expended.
Yeah.
There was also a buyback on the Phoenix, which was
good
not
stat.
necessary, but you know, he felt the heat. He has a big stack for the Juggernaut to take.
Dire's
I
top
think it was
tower
like 3
is
or
under
4.
attack.
Probably another 1,000
Radiant's
gold for
middle
him.
tower is
I'm not sure
under
the
attack.
early stack, or not the early stack, the early 5x is going to massively hurt this Phoenix though.
Nah, but it's just, you know, unnecessary. You slow down your own timings. Building up BKBs, Fnatic.
Yeah, though, Leshrac almost has one. Mars going for his. Force
Juggernaut
that for the
doesn't need one.
Enchantress.
And that's the problem with PL joining fight pre-hook.
BKB for Phoenix for
They're always going BKBs. Plus they recognize all of the damage, even PL at this point because of Diffu, all magic.
They've got the lasso, Flame Break, Sun Rain, now into the lasso with the Firefly going. And Jabz does not have that Supernova, so he'll burn out, dead for 56 seconds now. He did have that extra time from the buyback.
That hurts.
Yeah.
1 minute this early into the game. As a post 4 is not what you're looking for. Maybe you can get a good arena to be here.
Masaros.
No. Doesn't even look for it.
I think blinked to the left of those trees. Maybe he didn't even see FBZ.
Also don't think he was looking. Get out of there.
Arena down, Spike Carapace, but there is a Sentry to continue to spot Hyde. It's an arena for a Nyx Assassin. You get the kill. It goes to Masaros. It's not the worst thing in the world for either side, really.
No, it's good because Phoenix is dead anyways. So they just make good use of the downtime. Juggernaut is getting pretty damn big, but PL is also keeping up with farm. He's going for that shard straight, which of course allows him to hit while spinning a second for 75% damage. Pretty good shard. Not Shaker tier, but probably A tier.
Yeah, Shaker's God tier. Or God tier or nerf tier.
Radiant's bottom
Needs a
tower
nerf tier.
is under attack.
Isn't that God tier?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Thing.
But yeah, Juggernauts is really damn good. I like Leshrac's too, even though a lot of people say it's not that good. Where it just repeats the split earth. Especially in Roche fights, that thing is so annoying.
Is the nihilism good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
It's a permanent ghost step on everyone around you. I mean, it increases their magic damage that they take, and it increases your movement speed. And they can't hit you, of course,
Right.
unless they BKB.
Yeah, Mofaro was playing with the
Radiant's
Leshrac
middle
shard the
tower
other day.
is under attack.
Played against the Meepo and I had that. He literally just sat there and I killed him because he couldn't do anything. Biggest Meepo counter in the game.
Dire's top
By
tower
far,
is under attack.
big move here in the middle. They want to get that tower.
Blink. So the product lands for the jump. Blink over, they got the patch as well as the lasso. The jump comes in, that's going to stun on two. Drew, who's back to the cog. Sunray, right on top of the jump, and the Omni Slash bouncing back and forth between Mikoto as well as Hyde. They'll get the kill on the bolt. They will go for Drew. They'll land the stun, and he's dead. Down he goes with FQZ in the grave. 4 heroes gone on the side of Boom.
That's a free Roche.
Fnatic. Wow. Coming out way ahead on that fight. Going after the Jug, ill-advised.
Huge miscommunication. You cannot let him get off his spin. Slardar stunned him, and he bashed him, but Mikoto's lasso was just a little bit too late. He gets the spin off, can't pull up with the stuns, he gets his Omni Slash off in the back line, and everybody just gets blown up, which results in a free Roshan as well. PL died once more, and things are getting out of hand. It's gonna be 5-pick Goldie.
Has fallen to the
Now
Radiant.
also has his Saint Joshua completed, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
even harder to lock him down.
And it's not like this game is completely out of hand for Boom either. I think they're farming well enough
Dire's
to
top
stay
tower
in this,
is
but
under
fights like
attack.
that are making it
Dire's
way harder than it
structures
needs
are
to be for them.
The thing is you can't really initiate it on the Jug. There's more higher priority targets, you know, even the Phoenix, or the Mars, or the
Who's
Lesh.
just sunraying the entire time right in the
Yeah,
Jug.
so
and
much damage.
Then on the heroes, he's Omni Slashing.
Juggernaut is like the least priority right now,
Yeah.
you know. obviously thought they had a good opportunity, you know, but Fnatic was ready for it. Good hook shot on 2, cock on 2.
Yeah, the hook shots have been on point in these team fights. It was on point in that fight bottom, over there, hits onto 2, makes it difficult for Drew to even be in the fight because he immediately gets pushed down to the low ground via the cogs.
DJ is playing really well this game.
Well, they're trying to farm the Phantom Lancer back in, and he's 1,900 gold behind the Jug. He's not doing a terrible job considering his game for his net worth and his farm. The team just needs to do more. They've got the Yules into the split earth. FBZ, he'll survive as the stun comes out from Hyde. Mikoto thinking about going on this. Hook shot in again. DJ has just been on the money. FBZ and Hyde will fall. And the tip is well deserved because DJ has been making it happen all over the map.
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind on this card. Also a +5 stock. He doesn't really have a ton of net worth, but
doesn't need
don't need it if you play like that.
Dire's bottom tower
The biggest problem of a PL is, you know, you can't really consider this a free PL game. There's Juggernaut who's really good, Phoenix who's really good, and Lesh who's really good. They all have a ton of AoE damage, so even if it gets to that hard abyssal stage, you know, they have ways of bringing him down. Because the only way to play when you counter it is to get a lot of items.
Ooh, okay.
Or this is BKB. The courier is dead for 2 minutes.
It's a significant courier, but look at how quick they've gone through the tier 1, they go through the tier 2, now they're already 1, 2, 3, all the way up.
Edict, no blitz.
Oh boy. This tower is gone.
Gone though.
Top
they probably will have to back off. No mana,
tower
Lesh, no healing ward, but you know, I feel like if they had that BKB, they might have thought about going high ground. Of course, at this point,
BKB,
yeah, play it safe. Stealing the enemy's ancient well.
And once again, close to that Manta has the hood too.
Yeah.
Maybe that will be the difference
But is
maker
Manta
here for
really
Drew.
gonna do anything? Like, they have so much AoE damage, I feel like Manta is very ill-advised here. You don't want
What would you go for instead, you think?
Scotty, something like that.
They want this arena down as well as the spear. They've got the stun
And
on the arm. And again, the hook shot from DJ. Just spinning records all over the faces of Boom. Hyde and FBZ, they both fall. They'll go after Drew. Mikoto trying to help out as best he can. But DJ...
He's wrecking them.
Yeah, he is.
No chance.
He's making engagements that are questionable look perfect. Or not, maybe questionable is a little bit too rough.
It's making them look very easy.
Yeah.
Like,
he's making it look from normal to easy.
It should not really go this way, but every time, look at this hook shot. It's perfect accuracy.
Yeah.
Right on top. He sees every opportunity.
Yeah. He's in the perfect position every single time to throw a hook shot.
Of course, you can blame Boom, you know, for stacking up, but recognizing that in that split second and doing it takes a lot of skill and foresight to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Spear, yes, BKB could have
Mikoto, there's the follow-up stun and a quick kill for Fnatic. Now up 11,000 just 24 minutes into the game, and they are rolling over this Boom lineup.
Yeah, it was only 1K like 7 minutes ago. The game is quickly snowballing out of control.
Yeah. And the fight bottom, the fight mid, over to Roche, into this, arena down, there's the spear, the hook for the Slardar. Stun comes in from behind, but it's not going to keep FBZ alive, dominating for Moon. They'll try to turn this on Masaros. Damage coming out from Khezcute, who'll also pop the heal. They've got the dust, they're looking for Hyde. The tier 3 is gone, and Boom feel the need to fight, but it's a 3v5 situation. They're just trying to defend their buildings, but there's not much in the way when Fnatic are bursting on through the doors.
Yeah. Especially with the Aegis as well. No healing ward, so they'll back off. The Courier of Mars will respawn momentarily. He will have his BKB, and just a lot of really strong items coming out from the Radiant side. It's going to be really hard for Dire to fight. They're lacking damage now. Batrider is not a hero that deals damage. Neither is Slardar, neither is PL. They want sustained fights, but Juggernaut with the healing ward is amazing against sustained fights.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big task, you know. They'll have to find heroes isolated, and they'll have to bring 3-4 heroes to kill that one. Preferably a Jug or Lesh, but I don't think they'll expose themselves like that.
They're down by so much on Boom, and their high ground's pretty exposed already.
Bottom tier 3 gone. Only
very tough for them.
Middle tier 3 left.
Yep.
BKB completed on Lesh. BKB completed on Mars. Probably on Phoenix as well at this point.
Yep.
Triple BKB. If it wasn't hard before.
It just got harder.
Yeah.
This
Good luck.
is, yeah. That's the exact words I'm thinking. And Hart next to the Phantom Lancer. He's got the Manta. He's farming his, again, as best he can. He's kind of keeping up with the Jug. These team fights just aren't working out.
Yeah.
And there's a lot here for Fnatic that is making it difficult for Boom to really even have that engagement point.
Radiant
And
are
like we
scanning.
said, it just gets harder with the BKBs. They're needing a pickoff, but Fnatic up by so much, they're able to just play as 5.
Yeah. I really don't like this itemization by PL. So defensive.
26
No damage.
minutes, the rune is top.
PL, you know, has Manta, but all the illusions is gonna die. Oh, blinks out. I thought it was gonna blink in. Of course, the team isn't ready. Leshrac picking up the haste rune.
But that's also wise from Masaros. Like, how many Mars would you see up by this much make that move?
Fnatic, throughout this entire season, has been very, you know, calm, collected. They're making calculated plays. They don't really take a lot of risks.
Yeah,
Which
it's been real, like you said, calculated. Stun misses. I say calculated, but they end up missing a stun off the Yule. Here with the arena as well as the Wave Fury coming in.
Here's Vyvek though. No arena.
Full whip, thinking, looking for an opportunity. Flame break.
Just so hard. They have no damage. Oh, Juggernaut also with the butterfly now, so PL can't even touch him anymore. And same as Slardar. There's just no damage coming out, and he's building into a heart, which is not going to help with that at all.
No, it'll take the heart and then the MKB to even do anything.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is
If
under
he gets
attack.
there, you know.
Yeah,
They're knocking on the door.
It's not looking likely that he does get there. Meanwhile, you've got Clockwerk who's building an Ags. So DJ, he's been pretty much perfect the entire time.
Yeah.
He'll be able to join in and disrupt even more. 14K, it's just
Dire's middle tower is under
the
attack.
itemization from Raven has been spot on.
You're off the mark.
Forcing the BKB.
BKBUs. Interesting.
Maybe thought he was going to get blink lassoed.
Very scared there on the trigger finger. Means now just back off, wait a minute. Farm the map. You're really in no rush. You have all the counters you need to the PL. If anything, you know, you're in the driver's seat, even late game. If this game was to go like minute 50, 55, they would still have all the tools they need to deal with the Dire lineup. They're the ones that need to make something happen.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna wait for the heart, but then it's really, really go time. You
Well,
can't
is it
afford to
go
wait
time
anymore.
or does he still have to get that MKB?
But you can't wait any longer. Because the more you get out farmed, the less your heart really means, because there's more damage coming from the Radiant.
Yules again in the splitter.
Perfect this time.
Edict Hyde will get an observer ward and not survive.
Gets roasted.
His
Roasted
dive.
bug, good protein.
Radiant's
Locked
bottom
out in the
tower
wild.
is under attack.
Yeah.
Roast the bug, get some protein.
Yep. Lasso.
Lesser comes in off the Clockwerk. This is who they probably should have been going for at the start of this game. Target that they can actually take out. They've got the Mules onto the Enchantress. Supernova used. Drew trying to get it, but now thinks about that again and just going to run. The egg will go off. They get the kill on the Hyde. They'll look over at Drew. They land the stun. They've got the Sun Ray now. Force that back. But the Omni Slash, it comes in. It destroys Hyde and FBZ. Raven just ripping through these heroes on Boom. They try to get something to go their way. They finally get a kill with that lasso. But at the end of the day, Raven's ready to Omni, and he's ready to take lives.
And Roshan is up. Probably going to take that on Fnatic. And you can see the PL was hitting the Phoenix for like a good 10 seconds. It didn't even die. It didn't care. You know, he BKB'd really slowly, whittling away at his health, you know.
Gets the supernova off. Drew thinks he can take the egg, but
Can't.
you know,
He doesn't have to attack.
it's very obviously when we have these TJ again, Cogs and the spear. That's a disgusting combo. Cogs push you back, spear hits you into him again. And stun lands on the Enchantress.
It might just be high ground. If they want to play conservatively, they can go to Roche, which knowing Fnatic, they'll probably do that.
Yeah.
PL just brutal. He has no game. Even though he's farmed,
Dire's
damage.
middle tower is under
3 defensive
attack.
items. Mantis really does nothing. Pops it dies instantly to all the AoE they have on the Radiant side. Okay, being a little bit annoying here.
There's not much you can do up against that egg. Like I said, as we observed, because obviously you've got full vision of everything, but it's always funny when you're focusing in on someone trying to hit the egg and you can recognize that moment where they're like, I can't kill this.
This is the moment
I
he
need
knew.
Yeah, I need to run. Like Drew hit it twice, and then you see him start to run up the stairs.
He needs a moonshot to take that thing up, and it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Radiant are scanning.
They did a good job from disengaging from the egg, but there's still so much going on in the fight that...
Very timid on Radiant here. Even though 2 heroes were dead, they did not try for the Roche.
Aegis for Boom would be big, but
Swift
having to take it 18k behind, and
now they're going for Roche again.
a little opportunity to really get there.
They have to defend both side lanes, so they're showing both side lanes. They know they're free. Very scared of this PL illusion.
Shot all the way through. Enchantress trying to run. Khezcute forced that out of the low ground. The guy in there as well. The spear on the floor is over. The guy's on FBC. Another hurt shot. That's over to the neutrals. Look at this. Hyde stuns Moon, but Moon's Pulse Nova rips through the tough exterior of the bug and rips apart the Nyx.
You asked me why Slardar isn't picked more often. See why he's just dead weight. A glorified support at this point. If you don't snowball on that hero, you just don't do anything. Compare it to Mars, you know. Even when you're behind, make a lot of stuff happen. You have to be really careful here on the PL.
They're working with BKBs. They'll move in on this. Mikoto getting low. And even with the BKB, it's not looking likely that he from this one, but gets to the Firefly onto the high ground. Flame Break looking over, maybe trying for Moon as Phantom Lancer, Doppelgangers, and well, they just can't do anything. They don't have the damage on Boom.
They're doing a good job at delaying the Roshan, but every time they delay the Roshan, they lose 2 heroes, which increases the net worth lead by like another 1,000.
Yeah.
You know, so eventually you can't keep bleeding those heroes, you know. You're gonna bleed out eventually.
We only have so much to lose.
And you can see PL's farm is stagnating quite a bit because he just keeps spamming illusions at Roshan, you know, is not really focused on farming. And the Swift Blink pickup on Juggernaut soon is gonna make a huge difference. It adds so much damage to this hero during that Omni Slash.
He's not too far off of it either. You've got 2,000 gold here for the Enchantress, but what are you looking to build?
Yeah, I mean, maybe a Lotus Orb to protect against the Omni Slash. Even that is quite optimistic. Getting to that level of gold at this point. Not easy.
Side road.
Under attack.
Again, is there a play for Boom to make something happen? Masaros as well as Jabz are just waiting for them to show up, and there it is. There's the arena as well. The BKB being popped by the sword. They're going to wait to exit the pit. Boom coming over with the pulse. No, but they got the stun on the Drew, jumping onto the high ground. Fox disrupting. Omnislash coming through on the Drew, taking him out and killing him off. He'll buyback immediately. They've got the heals as well. Sun that hits on the Nyx SS, and they finish off Hyde. He's down for 45 seconds without buyback. Silver Crush only hits onto the Jug, but Raven, he's fine. Lotus Orb on Moon as he continues to chase this dire side. They'll try to run away from this one. They Drew on the back line, goes after DJ, takes out the Clockwerk, dead for 50 seconds. Supernova goes off with Slave Fury on the Jabz. Or on the FBZ, excuse me, they'll get next round to the Slardar. Raven moving in, focusing his attention on the Drew. Mikoto can only just watch as they burn out the Phantom Lancer over by the tier 2 into the Doppelganger with the steal from Khezcute, but it's not lasting long enough. Here comes Raven again. Drew just trying to run. He's not even turning to attack. There's nothing he can do in the face of Fnatic. Mikoto locked up again. There's the Yules, but he's timing the stun once more. I don't think it's going to matter. Mikoto's still getting chased. God's Rebuke finishes him off. Mikoto dead to Masaros. And Roche still waiting to be taken.
A sign of weakness. Missed 3 stuns. It's hard. But does it matter? Not really.
Yeah, no.
Not really.
Still gets chased pretty heavily.
Yeah. You can just see, right? They lose nothing. No damage.
They just kept going.
Yeah, they have
all
no
they
damage.
lost was the Clockwerk.
And now he's back. That healing ward is just too much to sustain, you know? You have good heroes taking it down, but even just that little bit of healing ward uptime, you know? Too much sustain on the Radiant side. And the way they itemize another ult
shot again. Coming through. DJ just setting it up. He'll line him up, and the rest of Fnatic will knock him down. It's Khezcute, Hyde, both got Flame Fury on FBZ. They'll call GG, and Fnatic will take game 1 over Boom.
That's all she wrote. It was The very ones that unfortunately, I think, have a huge problem with the PL's itemization this game. Manta, useless. Hard, useless. What you want instead